Hey guys, welcome to another session of RBTL. This one is sort of like short for content, but I think because in lieu of the celebration, the New Year celebration, especially in Korea, and then I guess Chinese New Year, even though they're separate, you can see that I think that's Tempasurin, and I think it's what's called a hanbok. I think. Forgive me if I mispronounced that, but it's like the traditional like festival attire. We have a lot of stuff, but like it's not like major. I want to spend a lot of the time really talking about the banner again. I did it for the patch notes last week, and I just want to like touch upon it and have a bit of updates. But first things first, like we got the buff event. One side note is that honestly I think people have been starving for this. I had one of my patrons ask me, is like, do you think they're gonna only link the hunt buffs or the buff events to just like special occasions now? Because it feels like it's been a while. It's definitely like longer stretches. We've had, I would say like maybe we were a bit spoiled, but we had like periods where we had just the hunt buffs like more often. At least in the past, it felt that way. At least I don't know. I've never really like kept track. It's just like, oh, if it's here, let's do it. Free unequip event as well for at least the weekend. So definitely take advantage of that. But we got the hunt buff, which is what everybody wants. The hunt buffs. So get your one-shot teams ready. You want to spam as much of your energy as possible. If you're hoarding leaves, now is the time for you to use it all. If you don't use it all, shame on you. You really need to if you want to progress, that is. We got the Burning Passion pack returning. I think this is now the staple for every hunt buff. They are really good in terms of price if you are a spender, of course. As you can see there, you can read that yourself. Let's go on to the pretty hype stuff, the 7-day check-in event. For the big events like this, so we're pretty used to the rewards. Nothing has really changed. We get 50 free energy upon consecutive entrances, so yeah, at least you get 50 energy per the 7 days. And then the last one being the 5-star ticket. I'm hoping for more Vildreds because I need some imprints if possible. I think he's still one of the most valuable 5-star heroes to me, at least. RGB, a green Vildred, that is. So you could feed it to RB, you could feed it to green Vildred for the speed imprint. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. And then we have the 70. So don't miss a day, of course. This is in the Covenant summon, so you can actually pull ML5. So it's like all the heroes in the pool, except limited, of course. Free 70, so once a day for 7 days, you can pull 10 free Covenant summon. So good luck there. I haven't gotten really lucky in the last one. The last one I don't think I even came with a 5-star, but it is what it is sometimes, RNG. So this is the actual patch notes. They got the video. It's a nice heartwarming video. It's just some of the execs reaching out and just thanking us. Side story: if you were here last year, I mean, this won't be new. It's nice. You get some new stuff out of it. There's a lot of gonna be a lot of repeat stuff that we're gonna get. We are going to get an extra side story. I think it's maybe like a 1 week one after this, so it won't be in this patch note, but it was released like a week ago when they did the live content stream. It's gonna be like a kind of like a new thing for like the older players coming back, but you get duplicate rewards if you're playing this for the second time. If you're playing for the first time, I think this stuff is pretty good. Some of this destruction gear for a lot of players ended up rolling decently. So I've seen like people use it on their like Bruiser Lilius and stuff like that, or other DPS. So it's a pretty decent set, especially that weapon. So group summon update. So here is something that there's a note here that was not released prior, at least not to my knowledge. But there is no limit on the number of heroes can be purchased, but artifacts can only purchase one account. So if you're kind of new and you're just getting caught up with the group summon update, this has been news for like the past week. Is the triple banner. So let me explain. This is now looking a bit worse than I even originally thought. Now I gave my full thoughts on this, both objective, subjective, and pros and cons in my video last week. So I don't want to spend as much time on it, but I think this is still a pretty big deal because this is kind of like a turning point and this will set the precedent for what we can expect in the future in terms of, like, let's say limited heroes. For now, limited heroes for now, it could potentially influence how like RGB heroes are. So I did some more conversation with, like, you know, people in my community, and you know, I referred to this old gacha game I played, and they ended up you know, having so much heroes in the pool, and you know, people demanded like certain heroes because like they were meta or they were nice. So the game decided to kind of categorize different banners. So for example, let's say if we're in Epic 7's shoes and Epic 7 takes on this kind of like banner philosophy, it would be like something like a special like green banner. So it features like Vivian, Charles, and stuff like that, and if you pull on this banner you can get one of these. And then like red banner, or they can go to classes like mage banner, so you get like a mix of like maybe Melissa, Vivian, stuff like that. That could be potential in the future. I'm not saying like it's gonna be, you know, in the next year or two, but like when there is so much heroes in the pool, and because Epic 7 is good at balancing heroes, and it kind of makes, like, you know, some of your very old Mola invested heroes, like they're in the bench right now, and then they give them an EE, or they give them a dev buff, and that hero becomes usable again. You can really see this sort of like multi-hero banner become the norm. All right, so this discussion is really just like, you know, getting you guys like, you know, buckled in, like get ready for the ride, because it's going to sound like, you know, it's very, you know, it's greedy or scammy or whatever term you want to put it. I already said like my reserves on it. It's like I don't like the feeling of it, because but it doesn't mean it's wrong. I feel like that might have to be the norm. This thing though, this note that I read, the artifacts can only be purchased once per account. This is talking about the Star Mirage coin shop. This is not talking about the Powder of Knowledge shop. All right, so for someone who is going for, let's say, two artifacts, like guaranteed, we're talking about Guiding Light here. Like let's not be fooled. The only, at the moment, the only limited artifact that is worth it is Cerise's artifact Guiding Light. Everybody I know before this patch note, we were saying that, oh yeah, I'm gonna, you know, try to pull like 3 or 4, or I'm gonna try to, you know, buy a couple from the Star Mirage shop. But no, it's once per account, and then once per account on the Powder shop. So minimally, if you have like, you know, enough bookmarks for 100 Star Mirage coins, if you have the Powder, you will get 2 out of this event. So that's already pretty good. All right, that's already pretty good. We can't be like, oh, give us infinite amount, and then that sounds too spoiled. For the whales, they'll just keep summoning, but of course they are going against RNG, right? Whatever the rate was for artifact or 5-star artifact, especially the one on the banner, because the thing is, because you can still pull other artifacts that are not the limited one, whereas the heroes are locked to only the heroes. So in terms of the hero drop rate, technically it should be higher. So and like for the 3 Cerise, DN, and Landy, you have a higher rate of getting them instead of getting the 3 limited artifacts, because it's still amongst all the other artifacts. So in terms of the pool, it feels like it's a much lower percent. Now, for players who struggle to have the resources, especially let's say you're starting this week, you know, because I know there's a lot of new players flooding in, especially when there's like big events like this, especially limited hero events. New players have flood in, or some even older players who have quit a long time ago realized, hey, you know what, I'm gonna start a new account, let's try my luck at it. Kind of be tough luck, man. Like in the Powder shop, you're probably you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get the artifact there, and then you know, depending on the bookmarks you have, you might not be able to get enough for the Star Mirage coin. But then this is only once per account. So is that bad? I think, you know, they're already giving us like from a positive side, they're already giving us a pity for an unlimited artifact, so that's good. It's just that I wasn't actually expecting it to be once per account. I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, what, like, does this, like, I guess it wouldn't really matter for players, especially if they, you know, either they weren't going for multiple, it wouldn't matter. But it's my question, I guess, is like, you know, why limit it? I guess it's because, you know, yeah, I think it's honestly because they never even expected you to have a pity. The very thing, the good thing about this banner is that in regular pity banners, and someone did mention this and ask this question, so I wasn't really clear about it in the last patch note, but if you summon on this banner, you get a 5-star. The Star Mirage coin like doesn't reset, so technically you still have a pity. So you actually get more out of this than a regular pity system, except you are splitting your chances of getting the thing you want, and you're dividing it by 3, right? So that there's some of the, you know, too long didn't read or too long didn't listen summary of what I think about it. Other than that, just keep in mind that the shop will be remain open for 7 days after this summon ends, but after that your coins are destroyed. All right, so that's very important in case you're keeping them for some reason, you forget to use them. Like if you're done summoning on this event, just remember just to use them up. I didn't even get to see the full list before, but I think there was there's a image out here. Let's talk about this first. So I mean, I think really the only thing worth it is the leaf. The charms are definitely not worth it for that price. It's not worth it. Minimally get the leaf, and if you are, you know, getting rid of the singular, like you may not always get a multiple of 10. You get the gold, of course, but use it all up. Don't even aim for the charms. If you're struggling with charms, let time pass. Hopefully you got a decent hunt pet. The leaf 100% is the most bang for buck. It's 2 leaf per purchase, so you can get up to 10 leaf if you have 50 coins, right? Leftover, that is, right? Keep that in mind, leftover. But obviously, yeah, just make sure that you don't waste those coins. Every bit of your summon currency counts. So in that sense, it's kind of good, right? Because you're not only, you know, using your bookmarks for a chance to get the hero, you're getting something out of it. No matter what, you're getting something out of it. You might get some gold out of it, right? So like in that case, I think that's pretty cool. We did get a weekly, I forgot what it's called, the weekly survey, at least on the global side. If you're watching this and you're not on global, but at least if you're in global Discord, you should have access to like the survey, like the question. And it was mainly on this banner thing, which is very important that you guys answer with as much intent as possible, right? There's stuff like, you know, what would make the feature better if you got 3 coins instead of 1 per summon and stuff like that. They asked the question, answer to however you want in terms of your honesty. They also asked, would it be good to have 3 separate banners? Now, obviously, I think the questions were formed based on what the community managers already saw to be what people were suggesting. The problem with this banner is it kind of screws up, or kind of screws the player who has been playing the longest. And I made this example last week, that if you got a triple SDN already, and you know, they, I mean, from a game perspective, they could blame you, I guess, and saying that, haha, you pulled triple SDN, but it kind of sucks. I was mentioning that perhaps they have, in the future, they will think about some kind of trade system too. Like if you already have a triple S, and only if you have a triple S of one of the limited heroes, you can, you know, exchange the spare one for someone else or something like that, you know? I think that'd be pretty good, because I mean, to get a triple S hero, either you had to be really lucky or you had to spend a lot anyway. It's not a thing that like we need. It's, again, you guys know that I don't promote the players being spoiled. I just think that it would be a nice thing, and it can mitigate some of the fire that could potentially come out. Like, why not just be a step ahead? And I don't think it's a broken system. They still have to summon, but it's just like for players who have a triple S of a hero, maybe something they could look forward to in the future. But yeah, one of the questions was like, would it help if there was 3 separate banners alongside the multi-banner? So the multi-banner gets the coins. I think that's what's implied in the question. The multi-banner gets the coins, whereas like the singular banner, let's say like the Landy banner or the Cerise only banner, they don't get the coins. So it's kind of like, do you want to gamble like the jackpot thing, or do you want to, you know, centralize your summons on one artifact or one limited hero? I think that was the implication of those questions, but anyways, make sure you do them. I think it will help the devs consider, you know, changes in the future. Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, those are like my final thoughts of it. Am I gonna pull? Yes, I am. I'm definitely going to, because Guiding Light is broken. Guiding Light is a must-have artifact, and I would definitely recommend keeping multiple copies. Maybe if you like the proc rate, save the Bottle of Knowledge, so from the powder shop, once a month to limit break it if you want the higher proc rate. But for like the first turn guaranteed stealth, and then it still has a proc rate to, you know, rebuff, it's a good artifact. You don't want to miss out on it. The other ones I already have, but if you don't have them, I still wouldn't use your coins on them. But just hopefully you get lucky and get a copy in case they buff it. The DN one is very, I would say, very lackluster. Out of the 3 limited artifacts, DN's looks to be, if they want to buff it, looks to be the one that would be buffed next. So just keep that in mind. If you have Amazon Prime, congrats, because you can get a lot of free stuff again. I'm not gonna go through this because this is, I don't want to push people to, you know, subscribe to Prime just to get the rewards. I'm just saying that if you actually use Amazon Prime, it's a really good deal. If you don't sign up for it. It's a lot better than last time. I'll do that in terms of review. Season 1, I think Season 2 is a lot better. So yeah, anyways, that's it. That's all I'll talk about there. Kisei and Alabastron drop rate up. Yeah, there's no real reason. But then you look at this. Like, I was talking about this last week as well. But the very fact again is that they're returning return banners quicker. There was a phase a couple months ago where they wouldn't even have a return banner during a new banner. But then it's been a couple months now. They have a return banner with a new hero banner, and now even more so with a limited banner. So you can see that they're speeding up the pace in terms of the return. I've seen Kisei, I don't know, 3 times already. So they're returning at a quicker pace. So you can really see that thing I was talking about. In the future, they're probably gonna have some kind of group summons for RGB heroes when the hero pool becomes way too wide. I can really see that happening. Maybe they'll start with episode 1 heroes first, or like a multi-summon, and then move on to episode 2 as we continue to progress through the actual story in terms of the game, and then the new heroes coming. So you could see that. You really imagine that to be the norm. Powder shop. Out of the only 5-star one, I think Elber Surgical Sword is the only one here that it will be good. Everything else, I would say that in terms of the limited banner coming and the limited artifacts, you're able to purchase it with the powder. I don't foresee anyone really going for this. Maybe Elbrus if you had like spare, since you can only buy 1 from the powder shop, the limited artifact that is, and then get your Bottle of Knowledge this month, and then also I guess more Elbrus Neutral Swords. I think that's pretty much it. Moonlight Dreamblade is pretty annoying right now on a lot of thieves. I've seen it used a lot more, while the other ones like Zero Run is okay, but it's pretty much free to play. Abyssal Crown, Water's Origin, very useful. Not so much in RTA. You can only have like 1 or 2 heroes at the most with Water's Origin in RTA. But Zero Ren, Moonlight Dreamblade, Elbrus Ritual Sword, I would say those are the key ones for this powder rotation. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this. So it's my finalized thoughts on the triple banner. Hopefully you guys get some really good luck. And I'll be summoning tonight as well. So I'll see you guys on Twitch someday. Otherwise, I'm going to end the video recording. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.